The Mahomet Seymour High School Athletic Boosters are proud to continue their support of 20 sport programs that make up MSJH Bulldog Athletics. They thank you for your continued support, and go Bulldogs! At D1 Networks, we take our role in connecting, protecting, and monitoring businesses in Central Illinois. When you need us, we'll be there, with service that sets the standard. From access control and structured cabling to video surveillance fiber installation, we always strive to provide creative solutions to the ever-changing technology needs of our clients. Contact D1 Networks today. Visit our website or call us at 855-836-6363. Andrew White Dentistry is Mahomet's choice for quality dental treatment in a friendly environment. Dr. White is proud to serve his hometown of Mahomet from their new location at 1112 Broadmoor in Champaign. Call 217-359-5050 to set up an appointment today. Jackson Construction and Restoration is a family-owned and operated company specializing in residential and commercial services. We have been serving Central Illinois for over 20 years. If you want to remodel a room, restore a deck, or even start fresh with a new house, Jackson is there. And in the times of need after any fire or storm damage, our team of experts is there to help you rebuild or restore your home. Call now for an estimate on your next project. FedEx Ground of Champaign is a proud sponsor of MSHS Athletics, who is committed to bringing you reliable delivery service. And they're hiring now. Visit the QR code on your screen to apply.
Growing your family, opening your own business, retiring to travel, leaving your legacy. At Busey Bank, we know there's a lot to look forward to and a lot of planning along the way. Celebrate your life's milestones by putting your money to work. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
TV fans and our folks from Crete, Monee. We've got another ball game on a Monday night, another sectional championship here in Mahomet. I'm joined by my partner, Mr. Ryan Heiser. I'm Dan Waldinger. We got Ryan Ziegler on controls. We've got a new scorekeeper tonight, Denise Heiser.
Yep.
Representing Bulldog TV as well. Ryan, we're in for another treat this Monday night. What do you think of this matchup?
Well, Dan, I'm terribly excited here. Last Monday we watched the 7th graders square off against, I don't remember who they were, Oak Park maybe.
Park Forest.
Park Forest.
Michelle Obama.
Yeah. So that was a very intense game, an incredible matchup at the 7th grade level. So I'm
awesome
expecting
game.
Great things for tonight, Dan. I mean, our Bulldogs, I think, are 25-1 or 25-2.
Oh, yeah, 25-1.
Okay.
Yep, one loss. And Monee, Crete Monee, the Warriors, they come in at 15-9. In their regionals, they did play 3 games. They averaged 51 points per game. In the regionals, they only gave up 17. Mahomet, they just played 2 games in the regional because they had that bye. They averaged 53 points a game. Well, they scored 53 points both times. They averaged 53, gave up 32. I don't look too much into that. Both teams above 50 points. That's really the takeaway. I think we got a great matchup.
Yeah, Dan, I don't think you can discount their record either. I mean, we know schools up north, north of I-80 anyways. I mean, there's a lot of stiff competition up there. So
absolutely.
Hopefully we don't treat their 15-9 record lightly, and we give them the respect they deserve, because I think tonight's going to be a good matchup.
That's a great point. I mean, they beat Park Forest, Michelle Obama, who came in last week and had a heck of a team. You got to imagine that was a good win for them. They beat them in their regional championship 51-32. So well tested, I'm sure, is this Warrior team from Crete Monee. So I expect a good matchup. Ryan, you did a little homework pregame, and you've been keeping track all season long, you tell me. Who are some of our key playmakers for the Bulldogs?
Well, first and foremost, I might have fibbed a little bit, Dan. I didn't keep any stats here. So a shout out to the Bulldog staff or maybe parents, but ultimately we do have some game time stats here. So Jackson Golden leads all Bulldog scorers. He averages 14 points a game, and his shooting percentage is 64% field goal percentage.
He gets a lot of shots in the lane.
He does. He gets a lot of shots from the lane. And, one thing that stood out to me, Dan, was their three-point percentage. I see 49% for Preston Clark, and 40% basically from three other contributors on this Muhammad Seymour Bulldog team. Dan, those stats are better than what you see in college level.
Well, and to your point, they're doing it with 6-minute quarters, Ryan. I mean, he's getting 14, what'd you say, 14 a game?
14 points a game is what he's averaging.
In 6-minute quarters. We're going to take a break here for the national anthem. All right, we're live. We're going to be quiet, Ryan, so they can hear the starting lineups. All right, Ryan, a lot of crowd noise there, so I let the kind of starting lineups play out. So for those of you at home, our starters for Muhammad: Connor Fisher, number 1, number 10, Preston Clark, number 13, Jackson Golden, number 23, Tristan Adams, number 30, Colin Schmidt, and for Crete Monee, the Warriors from University Park, number 1, Jalen Clanton, number 3, Noah Anderson Morgan, 12, Marshawn Thornton, 24, Isaiah Jordan, and number 33, Jackson Deutsch, and we're off and running.
All right, Bulldogs here with the first possession. Jackson up top of the key. Got some good ball movement going early on. Dan, one thing, looking at these stats real quick, Jackson Golden has been a statistical monster all season.
Well, he can dribble. Look at him as he goes in the lane with a little floater. He comes up short. He's got all the tools.
He does have all the tools, Dan, and size and athleticism is a big part of that. Now, I know the Bulldog team in general is good, so I'm not discounting anybody.
Well, this is a team that lost the sectional last year right in this gym as 7th graders, so they're looking for redemption.
Yeah, but going back to a statistical monster here, Dan, and also, Tristan Adams, both of these boys, 116 rebounds on the season.
That's amazing.
42 steals, 14 blocks.
That's amazing.
And so Adams has 135 rebounds.
Wow.
48 steals and 27 blocks, Dan.
Baller.
Yeah.
So full court press by the Warriors. Jackson breaks it. Hammerschmidt looks to push. They play a little 2-3 action, does the Warriors. Jackson recovers a near steal. He'll set it up, and he plays the point, the biggest guy on the court. He's looking to drive. Looks to dish, nothing there. Hammerschmidt with it. Clark with it. Into Adams. Off, no good.
Well, Dan, early on, the Warriors' defense is strong.
They are. That's Clanton with it, and he gives it to Noah Anderson Morgan, number 3 with it. Bulldogs play that man-to-man defense. Isaiah Jordan feeds inside. Up and good. Marshawn Thornton with the first bucket of the evening. Puts the Warriors up 2-0. Here comes Connor Fisher. Bobbles, gathers, gets it to Jackson. Jackson will reset. Again, they play a 2-3. I just lost something. There's a turnover. Here comes Muhammad. The Warriors.
Dan, what exactly did you lose here? You seem a little flustered
I lost audio.
Okay.
But I've got it back. I can hear you.
I was going to say, because I hear you loud and clear, but I guess you couldn't hear me.
Yep, I'm good now.
That could have been because I wasn't talking as well.
It could be.
Yeah, so folks at home, we apologize. We're going to continue to apologize throughout the evening, but there's no scorecard or scoreboard. Hopefully you're following along here. Right now it's easy to follow along. 2-0, Bulldogs behind.
3:30 left to go in this first quarter. Here comes the Warriors down the middle lane. A foul. It's going to be an offensive player control foul. We'll go against Jalen Clanton. His first, team's first. Warriors full court press. Jackson to Fisher. And here comes the Bulldogs. And they get their first bucket of the night. Colin Hammerschmidt with the 2. Good feed from Jackson Golden on the assist. And Marshawn Thornton will set it up. Their long is the Warriors. Thornton's a long player as well. And 24, Isaiah Jordan. I feel like he's probably a threat since Jackson's guarding him.
Yeah.
There's Jackson on the steal with the left and the bucket.
I was hoping to see him dunk that one, Dan.
Well, I think the whole gym would go crazy. But the Warriors battle back all the way with a foul on the other end. Is Marshawn Thornton, number 12. He'll go to the line. He missed the bucket, so he'll get 2 shots. That's the first team foul for Muhammad. This atmosphere is loud, Heiser.
Dan, it's exactly what you expect out of a sectional championship here. The winner of this game is going on to the state finals.
Great crowd from Crete Monee as well. Muhammad, of course, brings a ton of crowd.
Hey, that's Marshawn Thornton sinking both of his free throws, making the score 4-4 here. We got an even game early on. We're in the first period. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the period.
Yep. And there's a foul from Thornton. His first, team second. Jackson will set things up for Muhammad. Head coach Matt Clark calls a play. Here comes Jackson all the way in. Just short. He'll make the next one. The give to Fisher. Kick to Clark, back to Fisher in the corner. Now they find Preston inside. Good take. That was Tristan Adams on the take. He gets fouled.
That was Jalen Clanton, Dan.
Clanton on the foul. That's his second foul, Ryan.
Okay.
They are keeping that tonight for us.
I love seeing that. We didn't have that last game, Dan. Too bad the folks at home can't see that. But
Brian Selk doing it. He's a professional scorekeeper.
Yeah.
Adams makes his first.
He's been running that clock. Selk's been running that clock for quite a while. A lot of
doing
years.
it since Jake and Asher were playing.
Yep.
Clark to the line for his second. Looks to put the Bulldogs up
Adams.
by 2.
Adams.
Thank you.
That's okay. Adams nailed both of his free throws, giving the Bulldogs a small lead here, 6-4.
2 minutes to play here in this first. Thornton brings it up for the Warriors. Gets it to Jordan. Isaiah Jordan looking for a screen. Feeds inside. Thornton's got it. He'll pop. Miss. Battle for the board goes to the Warriors. Loose ball. Picked up by the Warriors. Anderson Morgan miss. Another rebound. Another O rebound. That's Jordan. He looks to drive. Steal. Here comes the Bulldogs. Tristan Adams with the steal. Jackson looking for the lane, finds it, stops, pops off the board. Might have been a foul there, nothing.
Yeah, Hammerschmidt was covered up there by 2 defenders, but the Warriors quick to respond, tying the game up 6-6, a minute 32 left in the period.
That was Thornton on the drive. He's a player. 1:24 left to go in the first. Connor Fisher gathers. He's got some pressure. He finds some help. There's a foul. Colin Hammerschmidt. Nice strong take. Picks up the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Dan, that's what we're going to have to do here. Warriors have a little bit of size advantage over the Bulldogs, so the Bulldogs got to continue to be aggressive if they want to stay in this ball game, which is exactly what we're seeing here in the first period. They are continuously taking it to the basket and drawing fouls, Dan. So
14 fouls for them.
Yeah, 14 fouls for the Warriors. Thank you.
Hammerschmidt makes the first, puts the Bulldogs up 1, 7-6. That foul was on Marion Cole, who checked in, and we didn't realize it. He didn't start his first. So Hammerschmidt will go to the line. He'll shoot his second, try to give us a 2-point lead here with 1:15 left to go in this first quarter. He does just that. The lefty puts it in. You know how I feel about lefties, Ryan.
Yeah.
Here comes Thornton. He'll set it up for the Warriors down 2. They find Thornton on the wing. Looking to the corner. That's Griffin. He'll fire. In and out. Tap back. Here comes Fisher.
Just a little too short.
Little too high there from Connor trying to push. Good idea there.
When I said short, I meant Preston Clark.
Yeah.
The ball was long. The player was short.
Yep. Preston, number 10 out there. He's a grinder.
No substitutions, Dan, for the Bulldogs. They still got their starting lineup here. Clock is ticking in the first period. 40 seconds left. Warriors have the ball. The Bulldogs lead this thing 8-6.
And Tristan Adams, to your point, there's a 3 attempt, no good. Jordan with it to Thornton. Thornton dribbles. Adams on him. Adams doing a great job to affect the game. He's not scoring yet, but he's had some great assists, some great rebounds, some great tap backs. He's on Thornton. They're looking for the last shot of this quarter.
So, Dan, I do think Adams has at least 2 points in this ball game.
Thank you.
He sunk his free throws there.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Thank you. There's a near steal. 3, 2, 1. A block shot from Adams. So near steal and a block shot on that possession from Tristan.
Adams had a heck of a first period there, Dan. Again, we're talking about statistics here. He's got a couple steals already early on. He's got some great rebounds. He's got a block shot, and he's got 2 points.
Yeah, and after 1 quarter, we know that Thornton is their offensive threat. He's got all their points, Ryan.
Okay.
He's got all 6 of their points. He's got 2 free throws and 4 from the field. Jackson with 2 after 1. Tristan with his 2 free throws you mentioned. And Hammerschmidt's got 3 points to lead the Bulldogs.
So, Dan, real quick, does Thornton have all their points?
Thornton has all 6.
Okay.
And he's also got 2 fouls, Ryan.
Well,
that's good for us.
That is good for Muhammad Seymour. We want
thank you to
you want
Denise
possession
for that.
at the end of the period, obviously, or the end of the game. So that's going to pay dividends here soon.
If we can pick up his third in this second quarter, then he's going to have to sit. You would think the coach will sit him to save him for the second half, and that might change the game. Nonetheless, Bulldogs are up 2. Good battle here in Muhammad. Those 6-minute quarters fly by, don't they?
They really do, Dan, and especially fun to watch, though, when both teams are competitive and athletic and running the floor. It's just exciting time here in Muhammad.
Yeah, Tristan Adams and Jackson Golden, expect them to have a big quarter again here. I like their matchups. The Warriors with it, and it'll be a kickball. It's going to stay with them. Number 33 for Crete Monee, Jackson Deutsch still in there, along with Noah Anderson Morgan, Thornton Jordan, and Cole. That's Thornton. Stops, pops, no good. Battle for the board is to Jordan. He gets fouled.
I think that foul was on Connor Fisher here, but we'll wait and see what yeah, I was right. It's Connor Fisher. Gets a shooting foul here, and the Warriors will go to the line, shoot 2.
Ryan, I feel like they're winning the battle of the offensive boards. We got to figure out a way to not give them second chances.
Yeah, I mean, it goes down to the fundamentals, Dan. We got to box out. The Warriors have a little bit of a height advantage, a little bit of size advantage here, and I know those 2 factors make a huge difference in the paint when you're trying to get boards. So, maybe we box out a little bit. We'll end up with a few more of those and kind of reduce their points off the rebounds.
And with that, Jordan makes both his. 5:40 left in the half. Tie ball game, 8-8. Jackson with it, looks to drive. He's got some space. Up and in, a little floater from Jackson Golden.
That's a nice move there.
Showing what he's capable of. Puts the Bulldogs up 2. Here's Thornton to Jordan. Isaiah with it, drives. Good take from Jordan. He gets fouled by Preston Clark, I believe. And he'll go to the line for 2 more. So now Isaiah Jordan's starting to show his offensive prowess. Makes his 3rd free throw of the night. Gets the Warriors within 1. We've got a substitution. Clark will come out. That's his 2nd, Ryan. And I didn't quite get who came in, but we'll get that for you. I just need him to turn. And the bank is open.
The bank is open, Dan.
That's Luke Boo. Excuse me. Thank you, Ryan. Luke Boo in replaces Tristan. Excuse me. Turnover by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think Golden stepped out on the sideline there, Dan. So the turnover goes to the Warriors, and they'll bring the ball up the court. It's a tie ball game here, folks, 10-10. A lot of action, not as many points to justify the action. So
7th grade was scoring every time down the court last Monday. This is a defensive battle here. We got to win the boards on this end. Thornton and Thomas are the points. They got all 10 of them. There's a shot, though, this time from number 3. That's Anderson Morgan on the miss. Another offensive board. Another board. Got to win the battle. Here's Jackson on a near steal. Stays with the Warriors.
Dan, we already talked about here with the rebounds, but the first thing you notice is basically Jackson Golden against all the Warriors. I mean, he's the only one going up for the board. And, again, a lot of that comes down to height differential. You have 3 guards on the floor right now, and they're playing out top of the key. They're not likely to get too many rebounds.
Yeah, we're just not winning the battle. And Cole with a putback that time after 3-0 boards. We got to win that battle. Here's Jackson. Step through. Beautiful move.
Yeah. Jackson's got some good moves and some great ball handling there.
That's high skill level right there.
Kind of weaves in and out of traffic and keeps the Bulldogs in it. 12-12 here. 4 minutes left to go in the second period, or at least until halftime.
Yeah, that boy's got some game, this Jackson. We need him to continue to stay aggressive down here. We need to box out. Here's Thornton on the step through of his own. Good move from Thornton. Ties it up. Puts him up 2. 3:40 left. Here's Jackson. Down the middle of the lane. Maybe gets fouled. All numbers for the Warriors. And the bucket's good from Anderson Morgan. Off the steal. Bulldogs down 4. 3:20 left. 2-3 defense for the Warriors. Fisher with it. Connor scans. Gets it into Boo. Tipped out of bounds. Stay with Muhammad. We have another substitution, Ryan. That's Bradley Jones comes in for Connor. Fisher will take a quick break. Bradley Jones checks in, number 4. The give to Golden. They practiced that inbound play.
Yeah, they have, Dan.
Jackson with the nice out of bounds put in. Here comes Thornton the other way. Up 2. 3 minutes left to go in the half. Bulldogs showing a little bit of man-to-man off defense. Let Thornton have it deep. There's Jordan. Back to Thornton. Hammerschmidt on him. Hammer's going to keep him in front. 2:42 left. 16-14 Warriors. Not a lot of movement by the Warriors right now. They're almost playing, slow intentionally, it seems. They're content to just hold it out here. There's a screen. Nothing doing. Anderson Morgan. Cross pass to Thornton. Back to Anderson Morgan. The three is up. No good. Off the Bulldogs. It'll stay with the Warriors.
That was one of the few times we needed those guys out on the key, Dan. He picked that rebound up.
Those long rebounds are tough. Deutsch checks back in for the Warriors along with Clanton, so all the starters except Cole's in there still for the Warriors. Very patient are the Warriors here on this offensive set. Anderson Morgan just dribbling out top. No shot clock.
Dan, I think if I was the Warriors, I would probably take advantage of the fact that Adams is on the bench. And it's probably a good thing here for the Bulldogs that they continue to run some sort of methodical, slow offense.
That's a great point.
They're holding onto the ball with a 2-point lead with one of our top guys on the bench.
That's a great point. That's going to be ours.
That should be over
no
back, but they didn't call
there.
it.
Yeah. Here comes Thornton. 1:30 left now. Bulldogs down 2. That's Deutsch in the corner. Back out to Noah Anderson Morgan, number 3. Looking for Thornton. Got Thornton. Thinks about a 3. He's going to hold it. I think they're content just holding this ball until they get that last shot of the half.
I think so, Dan. Again, I don't quite understand the approach. I think if I was up by, 8 or 10 points, I would kind of agree here. But you have a 2-point lead with a starter on the bench, or 2 starters on the bench.
Our second best player on the bench and our point guard.
Yeah.
So this is okay. This is okay. The crowd doesn't like it, but I think you're right. This is good for the Bulldogs ultimately. There's Deutsch. He pops it, and it's a 2. No good. Tap out. Ends up with the Warriors. Here's Thornton. Back to Deutsch. 34 seconds. Thornton will pop a 3. It's up. No good. Got to get the board.
Man, we have to get some rebounds here, Dan.
And there's a traveling violation on Clanton. We have got to win the boards.
Yeah.
Man. Wow. 26 seconds. Here comes the Bulldogs. Down 2. Now 20. You got to think Golden's going to take it.
Yeah, so we got a listener that was checking with the score. Apologies up front. We have 2 games going right now on Bulldog TV. We're going to have the equipment at the high school for the girls game and then the junior high game. Score is 14-16. Bulldogs are down 2 points with 10 seconds left in the matchup here, or at least not matchup, in the half.
Yeah, you're just going to have to pay attention. We'll do our best to keep the score updated.
Yeah.
7.
Folks at home, grab a pencil and a piece of paper and keep the track score.
That's right. Deutsch with the long 3. Air ball. Out of time. And that's a half. Bulldogs down 2 at half.
Wow. Dan, I got to admit, we just talked about this, but that was an interesting game plan there for the second period.
Curious.
I think they had the possession of the ball for a little over 3 minutes in that second period.
Yeah.
And they didn't score a lot of points. And they go into halftime with a 2-point lead. And again, Adams was on the bench. Connor, Fisher was on the bench.
Yeah.
Those guys are going to come out in the second half. It's going to be a good second half.
Yeah, I think that actually strategy helped the Bulldogs. It kept our guys out of foul trouble. Let's really quickly, Ryan, let's thank our corporate partners for this year's Bulldog TV. Without them, we don't go live. We can't do 2 different games in a night. We can't do all the things that we do. So let's thank them right now. That's Subway, Busey Bank, Jackson Quality Construction, Sun Power by Legacy Solar, D1 Networks, Christie Clinic, Mid-America Market, Andrew White Dentistry, FedEx of Champaign, First State Bank of Forest. Those are your corporate partners. Thank you to those folks for making Bulldog TV happen. Also want to thank the man, the myth, the legend, the best control guy in Bulldog TV history. Ryan Ziegler is here tonight. And I will thank our rest of our crew at the end of halftime. Until then, let's take a quick break. Let's pay some bills. We'll be right back on Bulldog TV.
The Muhammad Seymour High School Athletic Boosters are proud to continue their support of 20 sport programs that make up MSJH Bulldog Athletics. They thank you for your continued support, and go Bulldogs. At D1 Networks, we take our role in connect. The Muhammad Seymour High School Athletic Boosters are proud to continue their support of 20 sport programs that make up MSHS Bulldog Athletics. They thank you for your continued support, and go Bulldogs! At D1 Networks, we take our role in connecting, protecting, and monitoring businesses in Central Illinois very seriously. When you need us, we'll be there, with service that sets the standard. From access control and structured cabling, to video surveillance and fiber installation, we always strive to provide creative solutions to the ever-changing technology needs of our clients. Contact D1 Networks today. Visit our website or call us at 855-836-6363. Andrew White Dentistry is Muhammad's choice for quality dental treatment in a friendly environment. Dr. White is proud to serve his hometown of Muhammad from their new location at 1112 Broadmoor in Champaign. Call 217-359-5050 to set up an appointment today. Jackson Construction and Restoration is a family-owned and operated company specializing in residential and commercial services. We have been serving Central Illinois for over 20 years. If you want to remodel a room, restore a deck, or even start fresh with a new house, Jackson is there. And in the times of need after any fire or storm damage, our team of experts is there to help you rebuild or restore your home. Call now for an estimate on your next project. FedEx Ground of Champaign is a proud sponsor of MSHS, who is committed to bringing you reliable delivery service. And they're hiring now. Visit the QR code on your screen to apply.
Growing your family, opening your own business, retiring to travel, leaving your legacy. At Busey Bank, we know there's a lot to look forward to and a lot of planning along the way. Celebrate your life's milestones by putting your money to work. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, Bulldog TV fans. What a half of basketball. Bulldogs down 2 to Crete Monee, 16-14. I do want to thank our camera person tonight, Ryan. That is Kaylee Holt on the center cam. Thankful to her for doing the camera tonight. We got a great crew. Ryan, talk about a little bit of the stats. You've got stats from Mrs. Denise Heiser, who thankfully is here because otherwise we have no clue.
Yeah, I agree, Dan. That's very helpful, especially while we're commentating. But that second period, though, it was unique, I guess you could say, Dan. The Warriors, they didn't come out roaring and ready to score, and the point totals are down a lot less. I'm seeing a score here of 16-14. And the Warriors, they're leading this thing by 2, Dan.
Yep.
But in the second period, you saw a little bit more action there with the Warriors. In the first period, I think it was just Thornton who had scores, but Isaiah Jordan now has made 4 free throws.
Yep.
Cole is on the board for 2 points, and Noah Anderson Morgan, he picked up a bucket as well. But again, a low-scoring half in general.
Oh, yeah.
Going into this, Dan, I think you said both teams averaged 50 points a game.
51 plus, you got it.
And so, again, it's very much a defensive matchup, but the Warriors held on to the ball for about 3 minutes there in the second period and didn't do much with the basketball.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out in the second half. Obviously, we've got a little bit of foul trouble on both sides. Of course, Thornton has 2 fouls, so he's their top leading scorer right now with 2, and our guy Tristan Adams with 2 fouls. Otherwise, no real foul trouble. Connor Fisher, the only other foul for Muhammad, and he's got 1 foul. And then Cole has 1 for them. The Warriors and Clanton has 1. So look for Thornton and Tristan Adams. We hope both those players stay out of foul trouble, but especially Tristan.
Yeah.
I mean, we are homers.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need Tristan out there. I mean, he just adds an element to the game, Dan, or we're lacking when he's on the bench. You know, he's got a lot of size and a lot of athleticism, and quite frankly, we have a short team. So in a way, physically, we're undermatched by the Warriors.
Yeah, you're right. We need Adams on the court, so don't need him to pick up an early one. We'll see how the strategy plays out in the second half if Crete Monee decides to play the slower pace. I think what we did see, though, in the first half from Muhammad was when Jackson Golden gets to the lane, he usually scores. So I'd like to see a little bit more of that action. Let Jackson go to work a little bit, do his thing, and maybe that'll open up some shots for those guards and those other players. I think you had some stats. We're pretty good from 3.
Yeah,
on the season.
We're doing well with on the season and tonight as well with field goal percentage and free throw percentage. Jackson Golden has 8 of the 14 points for the Bulldogs. And you're right, Dan. You got to believe coming out of half here, the Warriors are going to – I mean, their game plan is going to try to slow Jackson down a little bit because he's had a lot of penetration into the basket and you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's shooting 100% because that's definitely not the case.
Right.
But more likely than not, that ball's going in the basket or drawing a foul.
Or drawing a foul. He makes the defense react, and that's important. And hopefully that'll convert into some outside shots for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs right where they want to be, though. Only down 2. 1:43 left to go until the third quarter, second half of basketball. Anything can happen. The winner, Ryan, goes on to state. We know that. State championship is played in Taylorville at the Taylorville High School, so that's familiar territory for Muhammad fans.
Yeah. I wonder how they picked Taylorville.
I don't know.
I'm sure the schools have to bid on it
right.
to a certain extent, and I know Taylorville's kind of probably centrally located.
And they got a great gym. It's that old Hoosier vibe gym, if you remember. It's in that bowl.
We were watching the high school girls game, Dan, and they were in Taylorville. I believe that was Friday night.
It was.
And we were commenting on how neat the gymnasium is, and I like the raised wall, you know, and the isolation there. So it is definitely a cool arena.
It's a neat place, and state championships begin on Saturday, February 10th, Ryan. That's when we'll be 8 teams remaining. These 2 teams trying to be one of those 8 teams. The state championship will be on Thursday, February 15th, also in Taylorville. We got 2 quarters. We're down 2, 6-minute periods. No more 1-and-1s, as we've mentioned before on this broadcast. And Jackson Golden will start things off for your Bulldogs. I'm going to get this up here. He tries to find Adams underneath. It's tipped out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Or by the Warriors. Stays with the Bulldogs. Clark inbounds. Finds Jackson. To Tristan. Tristan stops and pops. Mid-range. No good. Rebound goes to Clanton. Here comes the Warriors up 2. Anderson Morgan with it. Over to Thornton. Thornton, they're taking their time still. Not too aggressive here. They've definitely come out with a patient mindset. And he steps out of bounds. Anderson Morgan must have got his foot on that baseline. Turnover goes to the Bulldogs. Jackson brings it up. Over to Fisher in the corner. In a little bit of trouble. Deflected out of bounds. Stay with the Bulldogs. 5:17 left. Bulldogs down 2, 16-14. Again, no scoreboard on your screen. Just listen to Ryan and myself. Or keep track at home.
Yeah.
Jackson
Golden. The old pencil and paper.
Yeah, why not? Connor in trouble in the corner. He's got a trap. Gets out of it. Adams up. Out. Here comes the Warriors. Clanton with it. And they'll set things up on the offensive end. Bulldogs in the man-to-man. Very, very patient, methodical are the Warriors on this end. Thornton will keep it. Gives to Deutsch. And they're just going to be happy throwing around the perimeter until they see something they like. Hammer defends Thornton. Thornton turns around, no good. Rebound goes to Fisher, big rebound. Here comes Golden, kick. Fire, from Clark! Preston Clark for 3. Bulldogs up 1.
Dan, we talked about this, and I had to double check this statistic, but Preston Clark came in tonight's game on the season shooting 50% from three-point arc.
That's amazing.
I don't know why you don't have that kid the ball more often.
Here it comes. Fisher with the steal. Here comes the Bulldogs. Clark with it. They're going to guard him this time.
So with that three-pointers, the Bulldogs take a 1-point lead. It's 17-16.
Adams with it. Spins. They call him for a foul or a travel.
A traveling call there.
Not sure about it, but hey, Bulldogs got to fight on this end, down up 1. Warriors with it, 17-16, 3:46 left to go in the third quarter. Morgan Anderson sets it up. He looks to drive. There's a carry. You don't see that called very often.
No, not at all. And usually, Dan, it's the same old players. You know, it becomes a habit or routine.
Yeah. And the timeout is called by the Warriors. First time out of the game. We'll stay right here this time around. We won't take a break, Ryan. Let's catch our breath. Only 1 field goal so far with 3:41 left to go. Comes from Clark on the three-pointer, puts the Bulldogs up 1. 17-16, Muhammad. Well, what's your thoughts? What is the strategy? Drive and kick from Golden?
You know, I don't know what the strategy is going to be, Dan. I think it's going to take a complete team offense to make this thing go. We haven't seen Jackson drive to the basket yet this period.
No.
Adams, I believe, is 0 of 3. You know,
yeah, we got to get him going.
Again, not criticizing anybody for taking the attempts.
No, they've been good shots.
But by any stretch. But when those points don't, when those buckets don't go in, then you're not adding to the scoreboard here. But
well, and I think the key is we got to continue to get the defensive boards. They've done a good job in this quarter so far. Golden looks to drive, stops, gets in trouble. Adams tries to get him bailed out. He doesn't. Here comes the Warriors. That's a good take from Clanton all the way in.
Yeah.
Good take from Jalen Clanton. Puts his team up 1. Here comes Jackson the other way. He gets in trouble. Might have got a nice break there. Foul's called on
number
Deutsch.
30. Well, I thought I saw him say 30, but maybe he said 33. 30's not in the game, Dan, so it's got to be Jackson Deutsch.
Inbound to Jackson. Over to Clark. He'll pop one. Another 3 for Preston.
Well,
Preston with a little hot sauce.
50% on the season, 100% tonight.
Wow. Some huge buckets in this quarter.
That gives the Bulldogs a 2-point lead here, 20-18. I know I guess I'm not going to say that comment. I was going to say that's the largest lead of the game for the Bulldogs, but they might have been up 4 points earlier in the first period.
It's been back and forth, to your point. There's a 3 from them. Holy moly, that's Anderson Morgan, for a 3. Puts them up 1. Bulldogs 20, Warriors 21. Clark with it. They're going to guard him a little tighter now. Hammerschmidt to Golden. Turnaround, no good. Tristan had it where he wanted it, Ryan. He just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, that was a tough miss there, Dan. Clanked around the rim and popped out.
Deutsch for 3. His 3's good. Warriors up 4. 24-20. 2 minutes left in the third period. Bulldogs down 4. Jackson into Adams. Back to Jackson. Over to the hot hand. Preston in. And no good. Rebound goes to Golden. He's looking to score. Might have got fouled. Adams finds it. Up and in.
That was a great move by Adams coming in up underneath. Picks up the 2 points. 22-24 here. Warriors have a 2-point lead over the Bulldogs. 1:36 left in the third period. So Bulldogs trail by 2.
Back and forth game. Thornton pops a 3. It's good. A deep 3 from Thornton puts them up 5.
Well, the Warriors have come out firing, Dan. I mean, I know the Bulldogs are doing their best effort to respond, but the Warriors have nailed 3 3-pointers in a row.
They find Adams underneath. Good pass from Golden. We're trading points right now. Unfortunately, they've had a couple threes. Down 3 are the Bulldogs. 24-27. 1 minute left to go in the third. The drive. It's a wild one. Jackson finds it. He's looking to scan the offense. He's going to wisely pull it up. Finds Hammer into Adams. Adams spin. He's fouled on the floor. Before the shot, Ryan.
I think that's number 0, Jalen Clanton. And if that's the case, that might be his third.
Let's see when Brian updates us. And Marion Cole checks in for number 0, Clanton. So you got to imagine that is his third. And it is. Golden gets the inbound. He's fouled. That's on Thornton. That's his third.
The Warriors early on in foul trouble here a little bit. 2 of their best players, Dan, have 3 fouls apiece. The Warriors have 3 team fouls in the second half or the third period. Bulldogs have 0. Jackson Golden makes his first free throw attempt. Bulldogs down by 2.
Jackson now with 9 points, Ryan, looking for his 10th. He gets it. He's got 10 on the night. Bulldogs are down 1 now. They show a little full court press. Haven't seen a lot of that tonight. Warriors break it. Deutsch looking for another 3. No good. Rebound to Cole. Dug out there by Hammer.
That's a gritty steal for Hammerschmidt.
Here comes Fisher over to Clark. They'll set things up out top with Connor. Back to Hammer to Connor. Looking to try to get it in the middle if they can.
Uh-oh.
Bad pass inside from Hammer. Thornton with it. Up 1. 15 seconds left to go in this quarter. Now 10. To Deutsch. He's wide open. Shots up. It's good.
I think Deutsch, he's got, 3?
He's got 2 at least this quarter. And he puts the Bulldogs down 4 at the end of 3. The Bulldogs 26, the Warriors 30. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back on Bulldog TV.
The Muhammad Seymour High School Athletic Boosters are proud to continue their support of 20 sport programs that make up MSHS Bulldog Athletics. They thank you for your continued support, and go Bulldogs. The Muhammad Seymour High School At D1 Networks, we take our role in connecting, protecting, and monitoring businesses in Central Illinois very seriously. When you need us, we'll be there, with service that sets the standard. From access control and structured cabling, to video surveillance and fiber installation, we always strive to provide creative solutions to the ever-changing technology needs of our clients. Contact D1 Networks today. Visit our website or call us at 855-836-6363.
A good third period there, especially for the Warriors. They came out firing. I mean, they ended up with 4 3-pointers, so 12 points from the arc, and gives them a 30-26 lead. They're up 4 points over the Bulldogs. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in this ball game, Dan.
Yeah, it turned into a 3-point shooting contest. There's Jordan with the miss. Rebound goes to Clark. Here's Fisher with it. 6 threes in that third quarter between both teams, 0 in the first half. There's Jackson Golden. His jumper's good from the elbow. Bulldogs down 2, showing full court press. 30-28, Monee. Timeout from Crete Monee. We'll stay right here. Ryan, we talked about it at the break. We went from 0 threes at half to 6 threes in the quarter. 4 for them, 2 for us from Clark. And that's kind of been the difference. They got caught fire, but we closed the gap with that Golden elbow shot. Golden with 12 points on the night. Bulldogs only down 2. 5:28 left to go in this sectional championship game. The winner gets to go to state. Sweet 16 game tonight, Ryan, and an Elite 8 if we win it. Matt Clark, head coach for the Bulldogs, assisted by Mark Martindale, John Atkins, and Jason Baum. They're over there conversing about this fourth quarter. Monee gets it. They'll inbound. Anderson Morgan on the inbound. Bulldogs into man-to-man. Deutsch feeling himself. He misses that one. Fight for the board. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be Bulldog ball.
I like the intensity there by Jackson Golden, Dan. We need that, especially here leading in the last few minutes of the game.
It's going to come down to those 50-50 balls, Ryan. Like you said, the intensity is going to matter. Jackson with it. Pump fakes, dribble drives, gets fouled. And it should be a shooting foul, and it is. They'll give him 2 shots. Jackson steps to the line for 2, looking to tie this game up.
That was Marshawn Thornton. Do we know how many fouls Marshawn has?
I believe that's 4, isn't it? Number 12, Denise. Oh, it was on Cole.
Oh.
Cole's second. Nick Golden to the line for 2. He hits his first one. Only 1 foul period in this whole half, Ryan. That was it. We just saw it, according to the scoreboard.
I don't think that's accurate.
Not right.
No, that's not right.
That's not right.
I think the guys down on the scorers
That's
table.
the quarter.
Yep.
That's my fault. First foul of the quarter. Here comes Muhammad, tied up. The Warriors
30-30 for you folks at home.
Thornton with the 2. Here comes Jackson the other way to Hammerschmidt. Finds Connor. He'll pop a 3. No good. Here comes Cole with it. Gives to Anderson Morgan. He's going to set it up. They're up 2, 32-30. The Warriors are up. Thornton with that bucket last time. Spins, fires. No good. Rebound goes to Muhammad. Good rebound from Golden. Finds Adam and back to Golden. Bulldogs down 2, 4:21 left in this sectional championship. Step through. Blocked by Cole. Here comes Deutsch. Deutsch over to Anderson. Kicks it. Dribble drive. Stop. Pop. No good. Fight for the board. It's going to go Warriors' way. Pace has been a little quicker here the last couple possessions. Warriors will inbound up 2, 32-30, 4 minutes left. Golden with a near steal. It's off Thornton. Muhammad basketball.
4 minutes left in the period, or actually in the game here, Dan. 4 minutes left. Bulldogs trail by 2. The Warriors have 32 and the Bulldogs have 30.
Take care of the ball. Take your time, take care of the ball. Inside out action will work great against this 2-3. We've got to find the middle of the court with Adams or Golden. Golden settles it. A lot of pressure on Jackson. Kick to Fisher, to Hammer. Starters in for the Bulldogs. Connor with it. Dribbles, kicks to Hammer. Hammer gathers. Feeling a little pressure here on the Bulldogs. Adams to Golden. Up and in! And maybe a foul that's not called. We're all tied up. Here comes the Warriors. Golden with a steal. Jackson looks to push. Tapped out by the Warriors. And they'll retain it. Here comes Thornton now, all tied up. 3:15 left to go. We got a ball game.
We do, Dan.
Timeout. Monee, Crete Monee calls the timeout. 32-32, 3:11 left. Sectional championship on the line. We've got a BG, baby. A ball game. Holy moly. Jackson Golden doing a lot of work, Ryan. He's got the bulk of our offense from a point standpoint, and Thornton is their guy.
Yep.
So we got to find a way to continue to get those rebounds, contain Thornton, and hopefully Jackson can stay hot. He's been great.
How many fouls does Thornton have? Does he have 3?
I think he's got 3.
Okay.
He does have 3, and he's the only one in the whole game with 3 fouls. So no real foul trouble to worry about. Only 1 team foul in this quarter, and it's with the Warriors. So that may play a factor late in the game when we have to when somebody has to foul
Yeah.
to get free throws. But we got a long ways to go here. 3:11 left, all tied up, 32-32 with 3:11 left to go.
Dan, pay attention to Preston Clark, number 10 for the Bulldogs. He has been kind of parked out down there at the bottom of the arc. He hasn't gotten a couple passes his way lately, and he's been open. He's ready to shoot.
Well, he just got a tip. Oh, that's got to be. It might be a jump ball. It is. But speaking of Clark, he just had a near steal there. Good deflection from him. Possession arrow stays with the Warriors, which means we've got the next one. Warriors inbound. They get it into Thornton, their playmaker. Ryan. Thornton sets it up. They're going to take their time again, it looks like. They're content to roll this clock off, shorten the game. They really want to shorten the game here, all tied up, 32-32, 2:37 and counting. Both teams with timeouts remaining. If the scoreboard's accurate, they both have 4 remaining. Thornton finally kicks it. That's number 30. Shot's no good, but there's a foul on the board.
Hammerschmidt picks up that foul, Dan.
It'll stay on the floor, so it's another inbounds. 2:20 left, all tied up. Anderson Morgan inbounds to Deutsch. Inside. That's Clanton. Up, no good. The foul goes on Thornton. That's his 4th. That's going to be number 4 on Thornton. That's a big foul.
Well, he's clearly frustrated, Dan, and you can't blame the kid. There's 2 minutes left here, sectional championship, and he's in foul trouble. One more, and he's on the bench.
And he's been their problem for us all night. We need him. In perfect world.
Yeah, Jalen Clanton is back in the game. Jalen has 3 fouls.
So the Bulldogs with 1:56 left trying to find an answer. They find Golden. Golden inside. Tristan Adams on the follow. Tristan sticks with it, gets the miss and the putback, and the foul's on Fisher. But it's not a bad foul, Ryan.
That's 3 on Connor Fisher, Dan.
That's okay. I don't mind the foul because it's only our second team foul. You got to get to 5 before you put them on the line. Bulldogs up 2, 1:43 left. Now they got to set things up, and they like to be patient. The clock's not on their side, down 2. We got a ball game. The crowd is fired up. 1:30 left. Thornton with it. Inside. The miss from Griffin. Thornton finds it. Deutsch for 3. Deutsch is up and it's good. Bulldogs down 1. Deutsch with another 3. That's his 3rd. Now Fisher. No foul. 1:11. Bulldogs down 35-34. There's a screen from Hammer. Golden spins. Loses it. Deutsch with it. 59 seconds. Timeout. Oh, let's take a deep breath. All right, let's do a game reset. Bulldogs 34, Warriors 35. 57 seconds remain. There are 2 team fouls for your Bulldogs, 2 team fouls for the Warriors. So the Bulldogs with 57 seconds left, Ryan, you got to think they got to play real aggressive, and they got to start fouling.
Well, Dan, I mean, this the whole second half here has been really intense. Both teams are playing aggressive basketball. I mean, Bulldogs are only down by 1. Warriors have the possession, though. 57 seconds left in the ball game. You're going to have to put a body on Deutsch. I think
3 threes.
Yeah, he's 3 threes.
All in the second half.
But, I mean, I think he's 3 of 4. So we're definitely going to have to pay attention to him and keep an eye on Thornton because Thornton leads the Warriors. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 points
13.
there.
Yep. Bulldogs have to be aggressive here. Try to get a steal. 7 seconds left. Be very aggressive, and it's okay to foul.
All right, folks at home. Bulldogs down by 1.
They're going to look to trap here. Thornton with it. 49 seconds. Coach asking for a trap in the corner. There's a steal. Hammerschmidt with it. He's going to the rim. Hammer up. No good. Tristan Adams on the follow. Tristan Adams with another board. Bulldogs up 1. 32 seconds. Shots up. No good. Fight for the board. Golden with it. 26. 25 seconds. Timeout Bulldogs. Woo! What a sequences of events. Tristan Adams with another putback.
Dan, we talked about early how the fouls were going to impact this game. Even though Thornton is still in the game, he did not play defense down there underneath the basket. He was afraid to pick up his 5th foul.
You're exactly
right. That gave us a wide open bucket. Bulldogs lead this game 36-35. 1 point lead.
23 seconds remain. Bulldogs ball. You know Coach Clark is talking about who to get it to. You got to think Golden based on tonight.
You would believe you're going to put it in Golden's hands and send him to the free throw line,
he's
Dan.
Perfect. He's perfect.
Again, you got to believe that Monee Crete's going to come out of here and get a foul. I mean, 23 seconds is a lot of time in college basketball. That's not a lot of time in junior high basketball. But the Bulldogs have to hold on to the ball because if the Warriors come out and apply pressure and they get the ball in the inbounds, we could be in trouble as well.
And they've got 2 more fouls to give before we go to the line, Ryan.
Yes.
So they're going to be super, super aggressive. It's so key right here for them Bulldogs not to panic. They still have some timeouts in their pocket, I believe. Don't panic. They're double teaming Golden. They're not going to let Jackson get it.
Yeah.
Jackson's still going to try to find a way. They get it to Adams. And, a tough call. They call Adams for a travel.
Man, that's hard to agree with on that one.
That's tough.
That was not a travel. I mean, Adams was hit.
He was knocked into a travel. Nonetheless, the Warriors call a timeout. 22 seconds remain. Bulldogs up 1. Again, 22 seconds. Bulldogs 36. Warriors 35. Bulldogs have fouls to give too. They can be aggressive here, Ryan. It's okay to foul or get a steal. Try to get that steal. If you happen to foul, it's not the end of the world. You got 2 fouls to give here, Ryan.
I agree, Dan, as long as they're not shooting fouls and send the kids to the line.
That's exactly right. That's what Coach Clark is probably saying in the huddle. And I got to imagine the Warriors, they've been playing a slower pace. I don't know that they're comfortable here, but you know they're going to look for Thornton.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be looking for Thornton or Jalen Clanton. But they get the ball underneath the basket here. This is a huge advantage for the Warriors.
It really is. They start out wide here on the inbound. 22 seconds. It's all down to this for a sectional championship. They get it inbounds. It's tipped. Jordan up. No good. Fight for the board. And there's a foul. I'm not sure who it's on.
I think it's on Hammerschmidt.
It's going to be on the Bulldogs. It's going to be on the floor. They're going to inbound it. 17.5 for a trip to state. Jordan inbounds. Looks for Thornton. Gets it to Thornton. 16. He'll hold for the last shot. It comes down to this for a trip to Taylorville for the state championship. There's a moving screen. Moving screen.
And that's on number 12, Thornton.
What a huge call. Thornton with his 5th. 7 seconds remain. Thornton fouls out of the game. Hold on, they haven't called him out yet. Our scorekeeper has 5, and there is 5. The board has 4. He'll stay in. Fisher with it. Fouled. 5.8 left.
Yeah.
Bulldogs up 1. The next foul sends us to the line. Ryan, we got to find Golden if we can. Fisher with it. He protects. He's fouled. 4.2 remain. Connor Fisher, he's shot 1 million shots in his life.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the Bulldogs want Fisher to have the ball. I saw that they were making offensive, defensive rotations and keeping Fisher in the lineup offensively. 4 seconds here. Connor's going to the line. Bulldogs lead this thing 36-35. 1 point advantage. Bulldogs at the line.
4.2 seconds remain. I've seen Connor Fisher, or Doug Fisher's Twitter page. This kid shoots a lot of shots in the driveway. It all comes down to these. He misses his first. That's okay. He just needs this one. 4.2 left.
All right.
Bulldogs up 1. Fisher at the
honestly,
line.
Ben, do you want to miss this? I mean, that's going to
For
start the
chaos.
clock.
For chaos, maybe.
Yep.
Up and in.
Okay, he makes it.
Timeout, Bulldogs. Good timeout from Coach Clark. I love the timeout.
Yeah, that's well-timed. Well-timed timeout, Dan.
Woo, baby. All right, another game reset. Bulldogs 37, Warriors 35. 4.2 remain between the Bulldogs and a state championship run. They just need to stop, Ryan. Do
Yeah,
you
Dan.
foul? You can foul. You've got 3 team fouls. I think you foul.
Can you get that message in down to coach? I mean, because if you
Just
can
don't
foul them
let
at the
them
top
shoot.
of the arc and have them run it in, that'll give them, 2 seconds to try to get a shot off? That's going to be a tough.
You got to foul. Make sure they're not in the act of shooting, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, you think the Bulldogs are going to come out aggressively going after that ball.
You got to go for that steal and go for it hard without a hard foul that gets some sort of intentional. I think you foul. I think you foul and make sure they're not shooting.
Dan, take a look at the court. Bulldogs have the biggest lineup in there. I got to
Smart.
believe they've got some size and some speed right now. It's going to have to be a defensive battle here. They want to hold the
Great
Warriors.
foul.
Yep.
That's a really good foul. Exactly what we said. It takes 2 seconds off the clock.
Yep.
Now the next foul, they go to the line. Now you don't want to foul. You're up 2. You don't want to foul. They're asking for, coaches are asking for who that's on. Okay. 3.3 seconds now. They reset the clock. 3.3 seconds left to go. Bulldogs up 2.
Yeah, Deutsch is looking for the ball there under in the baseline.
Thornton with it. Up and out. Bulldogs win.
That's a Bulldog W, baby.
Bulldogs win.
37-35 for you folks at home. Bulldogs are going to the state playoffs.
Bulldogs win, baby.
Thank you for all you folks at home that tuned in. Hope you enjoyed the game. Go Bulldogs.
Woo, baby. For Ryan Iser, I'm Dan Waldinger. Support your Bulldogs in the state finals. Taylorville, February 10th. We're out. We'll stay here. Let you enjoy the scene.